Hey guys, Michael Strange here from Troubled Minds Radio.
Frank Pierce here. Today we're looking at the curious case of Ibteesam Reaz. This all comes from a Quora answer, and here's the question on the Quora page. What are the most plausible explanations of Navy pilots seeing hypersonic objects at 30k feet, objects with no visible engine, sometimes described as a cube within a sphere? Now this Ibteesam Reaz answers this question, and he does it quite well. This is a very good answer. But most important for this is he is portraying himself as a staff physicist at Lockheed Martin. So let's go through this answer and check out what he has to say. Someone has discovered a propulsion technology which does not rely on jets or gas emissions to move a craft. Well, we knew that already. Someone has discovered how to make right-angled turns in all directions at supersonic speeds, almost instantaneous acceleration from rest, and similarly, almost instantaneous deceleration from supersonic speeds. Now, that's pretty interesting. They can move so quickly. Again, this guy is a staff physicist at Lockheed Martin, so he knows what he's talking about. He also says here, which is pretty compelling, it may well appear instantaneous due to an altered metric tensor. Thus, the time taken for the maneuver would not be the same for the occupants of the aircraft. So he's saying, the staff physicist at Lockheed Martin, that inside the craft, time is moving at a different speed than outside the craft. He also goes on here to say someone has discovered how to mitigate G-forces to a very large extent, and he goes on and on. We'll have this archived answer in the link in the bottom of the description box there for you to check out. You should go read it, because he does bring some good commentary to this subject. What do you think so far about this guy?
Well, okay, so Quora is basically Yahoo Answers plus 10 IQ points. So let's give him that to start. He claims to be a staff physicist at Lockheed Martin, and he's saying some smart things here. It doesn't seem to be an illiterate poster, so to speak. So, okay, I'm with it so far. He brings up the Foo Fighters of World War II, and he's talking about this technology being relevant since the 40s, possibly. So, all right, I'm with it. I'm with it so far.
Now, he says he draws some insider knowledge here. These contracts, I'm quoting him, these contracts are assumed to be given out to Lockheed Skunk Works or Northrop Phantom Works. This Ibteesam Reaz, I work on aerodynamics at Lockheed Martin at Fort Worth and have a few friends from Skunk Works division here. Whenever I've tried to ask them about the feasibility of these black projects, they flat out say, our engineering methodologies are not far enough to build these craft. So he's actually asking insiders inside these aerospace companies about these projects, and they say, no, we can't do it. But that's pretty interesting. We have an insider take on UFOs. And again, this link will be in the description. I encourage you all to read it because this is it appears to be anyway, some high-level insiders talking about UFOs. But there's a problem with this, isn't there?
Yeah, so it gets worse from here. It starts out pretty good, looks good, sounds good. He's got the nice little photograph of himself. And so it kind of devolves from there. This turns out to be... I don't know. I don't want to say fake so early in the discussion here, but last night this was deleted from Quora, and so not only that, tons of stuff was scrubbed off the internet on this guy's name, the Ibteesam Reaz. So, yeah, I don't know. Is this again back to a psyop or disinformation campaign, or is he an actual contractor, or is he some sort of disinformation agent? I'm not sure at this point, but it certainly seems something is suspicious here because this answer that he posted was deleted and his entire Quora account was scrubbed. So
yeah, no, that's important to mention. This guy has 148 answers on this Quora website, and this particular answer about UFOs got almost 800,000 views. So we should be taking this seriously. This kind of went around the internet. You may have seen it already, but this was a big deal. And then it was deleted. Not only that, though, his account was deleted, and the name on the account, all these other questions he answered were deleted as well. I think we have a picture of that. But the name on the account was changed to Bob Bigelow, of all things. What's that about? Can we pull that up and take a look at it?
Yeah, okay, so here's Bob Bigelow. If you click this thing, it will actually go from his name on Quora, which is his deleted account, and this is the archive, of course. That's why we can still see it. But when you click on it, so before he deleted the account, it appears that he changed the name to Bob Bigelow. And of course, Bob Bigelow's famous. He had ties with Harry Reid and the UFO connection, some sort of insider contract that was handed to him. He's been tied to alien alloys in a warehouse here in Las Vegas, and he runs Bigelow Aerospace. So he's definitely one of those characters that has a high UFO profile, let's say. So was this individual, Ibteesam Reaz, if he was real, pointing the finger at Bob Bigelow?
Something incredibly suspicious is going on here. Now, we have a Reddit post we found that really went into depth about this guy and tried to determine if he's a real person or not. And that's why we're saying he might not be real. So this guy did reverse image searches. He looked into his LinkedIn profile, which is also deleted. We'll flash that up on the screen. And yeah, this guy thinks he's not a real person. This guy thinks he was playing the role of this staff physicist at Lockheed Martin, but in actuality, it's a fake picture. So that picture you saw in the first archived answer, it's not real. It's actually this guy, Ravi Pisharity. And so we have that. We have the comparison, the reverse image search. We can pop that up. But this guy, the staff physicist, is using a fake name, using a fake picture, and answering all these questions about UFOs. So something real strange is going on here.
Yeah, exactly. And so as we were doing this show live last night, all of that, we were talking about this, and all of this started going down. It was being scrubbed from the internet in real time. So this is yesterday. This is June 20th. This went down, 2019. So I don't know if it got too hot for the guy and he decided that, let's say he's a hoaxer and he just started pulling all his information off the internet, or let's say that he was real. He was getting too much heat maybe from the government. Had to pull all his information off. I don't know. Again, suspicious as hell. And he does, interestingly, he notes the History Channel's program, Unidentified. He cites some specifics about the Nimitz incident and how fast these craft maneuver. He seems very knowledgeable about these things, and now it's no longer on the internet. So
yeah, he did portray himself as an insider too. On his LinkedIn page, he said he was a staff physicist at Lockheed Martin since 2011. He said he started in the industry at Boeing, another aerospace company. He had 4 or 5 other roles. This is all from this Reddit post that investigated him. He also did his university degree at Michigan to get a master's or a PhD, and had some other connections. So whoever this guy is, a real person or not, he was trying to play the role of a physicist. He made it appears a fake LinkedIn profile, and then answered all these questions under a fake identity. Now, what was he pushing? Why would someone do this? A troll, he wasn't making jokes. He was answering these questions very seriously. So identity theft, disinformation, something real strange is going on here. Now, when you look into this guy further and you Google his name and look for his thesis, you get this picture that's also the same picture he used in his Quora profile. Let's take a look at that. Google Ibteesam Reaz wind turbine, and this pops up, this same picture, but it's been photoshopped. It's been photoshopped because we have the reverse image search without the trees in the background, and his blue shirt is actually white, but the tie is the same between the two of them. So this is some real high-level disinformation stuff going on here. Fake pictures, fake name, fake degrees, fake LinkedIn profile. This is very strange.
Assuming this is all fake, right? So the other alternative, we talked about this last night, is that maybe this person's real and he doesn't want his actual photo up. So he just rips somebody else to seem legitimate and maybe be taken seriously, but didn't want his actual face to show up on Fox News or something. So yeah, at this point it seems unlikely this person is real. However, where did this insider information come from? So is this just government propaganda, or is this something different entirely?
Yeah, when you search for this guy, Ibteesam Reaz, and you look on Google, you don't see any references, aside from LinkedIn, about him working at Lockheed Martin. That was the only source. So, in my opinion anyway, this is an entirely fake character. And actually, if you click on this image, PDF wind turbine dissertation, that dissertation, so his master's degree study or his PhD, it's been removed from academia.edu. So this guy has been entirely scrubbed from the internet. Very suspicious. Why was he answering these questions? What information was he trying to inject into the narrative? Something strange is going on here, but I'm not sure. If you have any information, if you know this guy, if you've worked with him, let us know in the comments. Or if you have any links that do substantiate the fact that he worked at Lockheed Martin, I'd love to see those too. We'd definitely like to see it.
Yeah, so to wind this down, at the very end of this, he's got an actual link on academia.edu. All right, so he had an actual paper, supposedly. We didn't see it because it was scrubbed by the time we got to it, so maybe that'll show up in an archive at some point. But now it's gone. And so to get up on that site, you might need credentials, right? So he might have like a team working with him to make this happen. I have no idea. But there's lots to look into. We'll keep an eye on this. And once again, like always, what do you guys think? Do check all the links. All this stuff is going to be down below. The stuff that is not on the internet any longer, we will have archive or screenshots or other versions that you can check out. But this is suspicious. It seems to be, I don't know, what would you call it? Like a classic psyop, right? Some sort of disinformation campaign to make people believe, or let's say to make people watch the History Channel. How about that?
That could be it. But again, going back to this initial answer, it does seem me as insider knowledge talking about time dilation fields inside these UAPs. I don't think I've ever heard that before. We've heard gravity technology, gravity propulsion, but never the fact that inside these UAPs or UFOs, time is moving at a different rate. So it seems like this is insider knowledge of some kind, and the fact that he doesn't seem to be a real person is very, very confusing.
What do you guys think? That's the bottom line here. So if you enjoyed this type of discussion, come join us at Troubled Minds Radio.